Today we will be talking about seeing the future. Basically, when you connect with the future, you either affect it with the power of the mind, or you are manipulating it, in a sense, which is the same thing essentially. Sometimes the future flashes right before your eyes for a split second, and this is when you're able to prognosticate things happening in your life. Today I want to talk about being focused, concentrated, and calm. Being very, very serene. This is when you will start having more control in your life. This is when the magic happens. It unfolds. I systematically use hypnosis in order to ferret out these gems that are found in the subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind knows the future. So all you have to do to see the future is to become more intelligent. You have to operate in a certain brainwave, a certain frequency. You have to be very, very calm and pack cloud. Have total control in your life by being somehow apathetic by future influences and events, or current events and influences for the matter. You have to be very, very serene. You have to believe in yourself. Sometimes you have to worship a higher being. You have to cling on to an entity in order to increase intelligence. And you have to separate yourself from the pack. I can see people being neurotic, and henceforth they are not able to galvanize themselves into thinking bigger, into being the optimal version of themselves, of your own self. So what I do, in a sense, is delve deep into the realms of hypnosis. That's when I am highly collected and have this extreme mentality of letting things go outside of me and let it blow steam elsewhere. So I'm very calm and concentrated, focused in what I want to achieve. And then I become an observer. The eye of the observer, being observant, will help you a lot. You do not have to meddle with stuff, with a daily diatribe that has to do with being a mediocre version of yourself. You have to be very, very distant and find your true path inside. Find a matrix and live in a parallel world. Even though you live and breathe in the current dimension, what you're doing, in a sense, is creating your own reality. And by creating your own reality, you start magnetizing things. You start becoming more omniscient, more powerful, and you won't have to utter a single word to manifest reality sometimes, although there are all sorts of paths when it comes to manifestation. Some people are emotional, they create an emotional intelligence. Others appear to be more neutral. Others appear to have a higher purpose and worship an entity. Whatever floats your boat. What I like to do on a consistent basis is bring down my frequencies to a neutral level. Being neutral is what will pave the path to ultimate meditation. You already have the goal in mind. You all have the objective carved deep in your consciousness, so you don't have to repeat them, and you start being neutral. That's my favorite path to acknowledging the incoming data that stream from the future. And I could as well transform myself into a nefarious being, or just be calm and focused and reap the dividends that life has to offer. So, being neutral will help you find your true path. But you have to be very, very consistent by being neutral. You don't have to polarize yourself with matters and affairs that have to do with life. Don't mind the news, don't mind anything. And this is where the portals slam open to the mystic paths that there reside, the uncharted territories of the psyche, and you have to discover them. Being neutral all time long will help you become an antithesis to the devastated world out there, and grow cognizance, intelligence, and find the true path to personal renaissance. Find your path inside the matrix that you create, because you are a creator. You have the God-given ability because you were meant to be a God, because you are the image of the Almighty. The Almighty. It's a very abstract meaning. I don't want to emphasize on religious matters because I detest them. They just to bring barriers to your intuition, so you never grow. So the greatest minds in the whole world have one element in common, one commonality, and that is they usually were isolated from the outside world out there and made their own moves. They created their own matrix and they were consumed by it. So if your goal is to attract your soulmate, all you have to do is remain neutral and set your mind into it. Throw yourself into the realms of hypnosis and let these powerful commands decant in your subconscious. Is it money that you want to have, attract, and ultimately prosper? Same notion applies here. You have to remain neutral again and have a clear tendency to make the right moves when the time allows it. You create and sneak into holes into the universe by being highly focused and concentrated. That's why I fathom out and engulf the Cosmic Master Hypnosis so much. It has so radically influenced my reality because I've seen results come in. They pour in out of nowhere sometimes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and who knows, maybe more will come.